As I went through my life for many, many years, thinking I was gay, thinking I was inferior, thinking all these things about myself, they were real at the time in a sense, and I believe they were real, but they weren't actually real. They weren't actually true. I compare it to a psychological bacterial infection, like a boil. You know, you can feel a boil, and there's a mass there, and there's a bump, and there's a lump, and in a sense, you could say that's what's really there. That's what's really me, but it isn't. It's an infection. Once you get all the stuff out, you know, you drain the pus out by telling the truth. You know, when psychologically you tell the truth to the right, you know, safe person that's good and loves you, and there are people that aren't worthy of the truth, by the way. But you tell the truth, get it out. It's like draining the pus out of an infection. Things can heal, and it can take a while, but once you get the truth out, is like opening it and getting the poison out, and allows the. When you tell what's going on within you, it gets some of the poison out and allows an opening for the truth to start coming in and changing things. That's what a psychological infection is. It's like a boil. So you could say, well, yeah, I'm gay, I'm inferior, I'm this, I'm that, you know, and this is who I am. But like I said, I compare that to a boil. You can touch and push on a boil. There's a mass there, but it's not really you. It's an infection. Anyways, talk about the psychological infection. It's like a boil. You got to use the truth. You got to let out what's going on inside you, even though you think it's not right. Even though you feel inferior, it may be inferior. It's an infection. You don't realize it's not you. God makes us to be beings that will be beautiful to our own selves. Once we truly know ourselves, we'll find out how beautiful we are. I mean, we can be born with issues, autism. I think I have a little bit of autism. We can have, you know, developmental things wrong with us, limbs that aren't right, different things. But if God makes us into something, whatever he makes us into is not going to demean ourselves as a human being. We're not going to feel less and inferior, like we're a reject, like we're defective, like we're just a booger fart. No, we're going to feel beautiful within ourselves, even with our imperfections. You know, God doesn't make us into something that's going to hurt us. There's things that might not be perfect about us. Like I said, I think I have autism. I take this medication, I'm 300 pounds. I can kind of live with that. But I can live with the autism thing if I have it. But for me to be gay would be awful and offensive and painful to me. It would destroy me. So God doesn't make us into things that are destructive to us. God loves us enough that even if we have imperfections and deformities, if you want to call them that, things that aren't completely normal, they're not going to be so demeaning to our personalities and souls and our spirits and our hearts that they destroy us. And for me, being gay was a deformity I couldn't bear. But like I said, it's like a psychological infection. You might feel the mass there and think, well, that's who I am, that's what I am. But no, it's an infection. You have to get the truth out. And once you get the truth out, then things can start to heal and change. Anyways, thought I'd share that.